Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. And for this video, we are going to be diving into Captain Marvel issue number 26. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the Captain Marvel line, I have been covering it since the Empire event, so go ahead and check out the link in my description and at the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that's been going on with the line since then. Now, this will be the last video that we are covering today. I apologize that we're not getting the rest out, but I will be moving back to Texas so I can work on the channel full time. And so I can get all of these videos pushed out in the same day, all in an effort to bring you guys more quality content on a regular basis. So any of the issues that we did not cover, like the X-Men, Wolverine, and King in Black Symbiote Spider-Man, we will be covering on Saturday. As soon as I get my computer set up and ready to go, I'll be pumping out more videos for you guys. Now, with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Alright guys, so we're getting into Captain Marvel issue 26, and I have to... I am very biased when it comes to Captain Marvel. I decided to cover this one as the last one for today because I love Captain Marvel so much. I haven't been a Captain Marvel fan for a very long time. I just recently started becoming a Captain Marvel fan beginning at the Empire event. And the stories so far by Kelly Thompson really haven't let me down. And so this issue picks us up with Captain Marvel. She's been ridiculously charged by Thor, and she is laying a smackdown on Ovi. She's picking him up and flying him up into the sky, wishing that she could throw him into space, but forgetting about Armor's radiation dome. And so she settles for throwing him into an unbreakable wall. And it's still pretty satisfying for her. And this is when Captain Marvel goes over to Armor and says that they're gonna get her out of there. But she says she can't. Even if she got full control back, she can't drop it until they check the radiation levels. If they're too high, people will die. And so Captain Marvel tells her to hang tight. And this is when she goes over to Luke Cage, Bridget, aka now Thor, and Emma Frost. And they're working on breaking through this force field so that they can get to Magic. And then we see the arrival of Gary Drew, Fuse, Sora, and Katie Barton. And Captain Marvel tells Thor to keep bashing, to break through that force field because they need to get to Magic. And that she is going to go focus on Ovi and make sure that he stays off the board. But they're too late. And this is when Ovi comes smashing down on Captain Marvel, only for her to return the momentum by blasting him up into the sky. And though she would really love to unleash her full weight of power that Bridget charged her up with, she would have to use enough force to singe everyone in the room just to do a little bit of damage to Ovi. And so she has to find another way. And this is when Ovi's called over and told to grab Sora. And they use her mutant powers and magic, connecting her mind to Magic's mind and allowing them to read everything that Magic has stored inside because they've been hiding information. Magic's been hiding information from them. And this is where she learns everything. And at the same time, Bridget breaks through, but she only breaks through long enough to be able to grab Sora and pull her out. And at this point, Ovi and his mother already know what to do. They no longer need Danvers. That was a lie to slow them down. The life force of any powered individual will suffice for Magic's spell to be completed. And this is where Ovi's mother decides that she is going to sacrifice herself so that he can get exactly what he wants. And they do the spell, and we see Ovi disappear. And Captain Marvel goes over to Amora and says just like, "What have you done?" And she apologizes, but she says, she would have done anything for her son, and this is what he wanted. Now, picking up 6 days later, the world is essentially back in order. Now with Ovi not controlling everything, they can truly start to rebuild something. And this is when Carol goes over and talks to Jess and just tells her, how she's mad. She helped save the day, and that's incredible, but she ultimately failed. Ovi did exactly what he wanted, and now he's unleashed on the past, and who knows what he's actually doing back there. And this is when Emma comes in the room, and Jess gives them some space. And Emma tells her that she's right, that you need to stop beating yourself up. You saved us. You saved the future twice now, and our days are literally brighter thanks to you. There are no pure wins. So she needs to stop hanging on to them so tightly. And then she tells her that magic is looking for her downstairs. And so Carol makes her way down here, seeing Rhodes' daughter, seeing Luke Cage's daughter, and going around looking for magic. She finds her, only to see Jess dead on the ground. And furious, Carol asks, like, why did you do this? What's going on? And Magic lets her know that she's sorry, but she lets her know that she can use the ley lines to get her home. But the spell requires life force energy, and Jessica was very clear about her wishes. And this was the only way to get you home. And so this is what she wanted, and she made them promise. And so with this, Magic casts the spell, and we see Carol Danvers disappearing to the exact moment she left, only to be entwined in these tentacles somewhere in upstate New York. But she's back, right where she was left off. Hazmat, Rhodes, and Jess, all alive just as she left them. And she knew that she recognized these tentacles because they're the same creature that attacked her in Central Park. This is Ovi. This is all somehow still Ovi. And this is when Carol blasts these things back, and everybody's just like, wow, that was fast. That was extreme. And they're just like, why do you look like that? And she doesn't explain. She just hugs everybody. You know, she's missed them. She loves them. She saw one of them die. She's just like, I need affection from you guys. And they ask, you know, what's that liquid? And she tells them that it's seawater. And they're not sure how it got here, considering the ocean is so far away, but it's not a spaceship that they're after or they're looking at. This is actually a sea ship. And she knows who sent it because it's a man named Ovi and he's from the future. And everybody looks at her a little confused, like, did we hit our heads harder? Like, what happened? And she tells them that she was gone for like a week. And they think that she's lost her mind. Like, what are you talking about? We've all been right here. And this is when Captain Marvel tells Rhodes that they need to talk. And so we pick up back in Carol's apartment in New York City. And they're sitting down having a cup of coffee. And finally, we're seeing Captain Marvel start to not be so fiery and bright. And so whatever energy she had, that stores up for quite a while. And it actually takes a while to burn off. So she must have been charged with some kind of crazy amount of energy, which is not surprising coming from Thor. And so this is when they have the conversation. And Carol lets him know that she wants to be very clear that she's head over heels in love with him, and she has been for a long time. But in the future, she met her daughter, or his daughter. She met her and she thought she was incredible and that he would be so proud of her. She's smart and strong and beautiful and so much like him, but she wasn't Carol's child, which means in Carol's eyes, they need to break up. It's all that she can think about. You know, maybe his daughter will be born. Maybe she will not be born. But the off chance that she can be born, Carol doesn't want to take that weight on her shoulders of not letting her be born by being selfish and being with her. And so she says, you know, she cares so much about his future daughter or the possibility of his future daughter that she's willing to break up and end this relationship. And right now he's mad, but when he meets her, he'll understand. He'll understand and he'll forgive her. And that will be the end of this issue. And artist Lee Garrett will also no longer be doing the artwork. This is his last issue, and I have to say I've really loved all his artwork so far. He really has done a phenomenal job, and whoever's going to be taking his place, in my opinion, has some pretty big shoes to fill. Now, that being said, this 2052 event that's been going on in the Captain Marvel line, I have thoroughly enjoyed, and it has been phenomenal. It has been the one comic I make sure that I go out and buy. And I haven't been a Captain Marvel fan. In fact, I despised Captain Marvel for a very long time. But what Kelly Thompson has been doing has made me really find a whole new love for this character that I never even knew existed. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Carol Danvers is now back in her time, and so I am super excited to see what the future holds for her. And as usual, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. And until the next issue.